Good morning, dear children. Today, in this session, I am going to teach a poem to you all. That is, to a pair of Sarus crane. Sarus crane means cockerel. Crane means cockerel. Very beautiful bird. It eats fishes. You can find them in the lake, in the bank of the river. It likes to eat fish, worms. And this poem, to a pair of Sarus crane. It is written by Manmohan Singh. Don't get confused. Manmohan Singh means Manmohan Singh here he is IAS officer. He is serving in Indian Administrative Service. IAS officer, such a brilliant person. Manmohan Singh, his hobby was to compose poems. It's been published. Many poems have been published in magazines also, and his hobby was to write poems. IAS officer, Indian Administrative Service, IAS officer, and then this poem, To a Pair of Sarus crane, is written by Manmohan Singh. Pair means male Sarus crane and female Sarus crane. The poem is composed and it is completely about male Sarus crane and female Sarus crane. Let's see what Manmohan Singh wants to share in his poem. This poem, it is extracted from Manmohan Singh's book, collection of book. The name of the book is Village Poems. From Village Poems written by Manmohan Singh, this poem it is extracted from his book. Here, animals, birds, they are the wealth of our nation. Forest is the wealth of our nation. But nowadays, what have we done to animals and birds? Every creature on this earth has got the right to live. It can be serpents, it can be lions, it can be tigers, it can be human beings. But forest is completely destroyed. It is when a nation or a country is said to be in progress, the way those people of the country take care of animals. We should be animal lovers. Maybe it's a snake or a cobra. Call forest officers. It has come into the garden means instead of killing that. It is wonderful creature of God. God has created wonderful creatures. See, many animals are completely extincted from the earth. Extincted means disappeared. Extinction. Disappeared. Extinction means disappear. Those animals or species are not to be found on the earth, children. Now, for example, more than 100 varieties of dinosaurs. Where do you see dinosaurs? Completely disappeared. Even its young one you cannot see. Millions of years dinosaurs were there. But now you are showing your children and you are seeing only in the pictures in the book. But those species are not there. And then many species, dodo bird in Mauritius. It's completely extincted. It disappeared from the earth only. And many animals now are in endangered list. Endangered list means their life is at risk. Their number is dwindled. Their number is reduced. Before it was 3 by 3, 2 by 2. Now it's become 0 by 0, 1 by 1. And next coming years, those lions, tigers, leopards, rhinoceros, and then some varieties of birds, armadillo, and then pangolins, panda, that woolly animal which looks very cute. The babies look very cute. Panda, full fur will be there. It's because man has become selfish. We are cutting down all the trees and we don't want to preserve and protect animals. Animals are becoming, wild animals in the jungles are becoming very less day by day. A day will come if the surviving animals are not to be protected. Every animal will disappear from the earth, children. It is nature. We have to live. You have heard about food chain also. How much We all are dependent on animals, interdependent life that is. In our nature and environment, it's not only human beings, you need to preserve and protect these creatures also. You see foreign countries, they are animal lovers. They rear even wild animals like lions, tigers, they are friendly and affectionate to them. These Tibetan lamas, they have reared ferocious animals like lions, tigers. They feed them meat. They very close, they go, they hug. They are so affectionate. They are animal lovers. They don't show any cruelty towards animals. They don't hunt and kill animals. Those hunting and killing, those poachers should be illegally. Those who are hunting and killing animals, no, they should be punished. Strict law should be there. And wildlife sanctuary, bird sanctuary, every animal and bird should be taken care in the zoo, in the reserves, in the sanctuaries. Then really the progress of the country is judged, is measured when we protect wild animals and birds. In this poem, to a pair of Saurus cranes, pair means two, that is male Saurus bird and female Saurus bird. What is the poet wants to tell in this poem? One day, the male Saurus crane, it had stretched its neck like this, and then the scene how it was looking means the male Saurus bird, it has stretched its neck like this, proudly. We stretch our neck like this when we feel proud. So it has stretched its neck proud, and it was trying to pull the sun from the horizon. It seems first paragraph stanza says that the male bird was trying to pull the sun, reluctant sun. Reluctant means unwilling. What's the meaning of reluctant? Reluctant means unwilling. The sun who was unwilling to rise. Sunrise in the morning, it has to rise. So it was unwilling, reluctant to rise, it seems. This male bird was so impatient, it could not wait for the sun to rise. It stretched its neck very proudly, and it was trying to pull the sun to rise, it seems. That's the scene. It is all poetic. How poet describes everything. Poet has got his own style to describe everything. And the bird was looking, it seems, its proud neck, it stretched to pull the reluctant sun from the horizon. What's the meaning of horizon, children? A skyline is called as horizon. What is skyline? See, I think you have experienced, you have imagined also. You go to the open space. When the bail hogi nintkondu, you can see, if you observe cleanly, you can feel that the sky is touching the earth. That line you can see. I have experienced, I have seen that. Sky touching the earth. That is called as horizon. From there, this bird, it was trying to pull its wings. That time, what happened that time? The male was shot as he necked to pull the reluctant sun out from the rim of horizon. When the male crane, Saurus crane, was trying to pull the reluctant, unwilling sun which was not ready to rise, it was impatient, it only started to pull it, it seems. You rise, you rise. That time, a hunter, a bird killer, he came there, he shot the male bird. The male Saurus crane fell on the earth, wounded, and it was dead. When it was dead, the hunter was so cruel. They don't have any sympathy for animals. They don't have any pity. They are very cruel in nature. So only they hunt and kill birds, animals, everything. That bird killer hunter, he shot the male Saurus crane. It fell down, and then all feathers were blood stained, and then it died. When it died, the hunter, he took the bird by its jaw very roughly. He took it very rough. He held its jaws andre davade itkondu. He lifted the Saurus crane. Like how he lifted means this like a dirty linen cloth. Linen is a type of cloth. Linen cloth it is. That dirty linen cloth, how we will throw in the waste paper, or as waste paper we will put in the dustbin or one bag, like that they picked from its jaws, and then these hunters, they threw it into the coarse washing bag. As we throw useless things, dirty things in the washing bag, no? There they threw and they carried the dead male bird. The male was shot as he necked to pull the reluctant sun out from the rim of horizon. She flew crying. Who flew crying? The female bird. These both birds were living happily. Male bird and female saurus crane were living happily. When female saurus came to know that male saurus was shot by the hunter and it was carried away by the hunter, she was so desperate. She was filled with agony. She was filled with grief, sorrow. Suddenly, she started to cry. She circled the sky because she lost her male partner, her companion. See the love and affection, the belongingness. Even birds have children. They even love their young babies also. Have you seen these birds feeding the young baby birds? Baby birds will be inside the nest. Mother bird will go to fetch some food, some worms or insects. It catches in its beak and it comes. The baby bird will open its beak like this mouth, and the mother bird will throw it into the baby bird's mouth. So much belongingness they have. Compared to human love, they are really great. And he was picked up on jaws, and a proud neck was humbled to lie like dirty linen in a coarse washing bag. Female bird circled the sky in agony. She was filled with deep grief. Gracefully started to circle the sky. She came to know that male saurus was killed. She came to the spot where it was killed. She will see male bird was not there, it was carried away. All the feathers had scattered there, and few feathers had been carried away by the wind. Only few blood-stained feathers it saw. What did the female saurus do? It felt very, very sad because she lost her partner. She could not withstand, overcome this grief she could not overcome. Then what she will do? She will come to the scene. She will see blood-stained feathers. What she will do? She will sit on the blood-stained feathers and she will start hatching on it. What is the meaning of that? Why did the female bird sit on the feathers, blood-stained feathers of the male saurus crane? Because it thought that if it sits and gives warmth to the feathers, it may bring back the life of the male bird. So it went to hatch, it sat on the feathers. ಈ ಕೋಳಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಅವು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಇಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 15 ದಿವಸ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾವು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅವು ಅಲ್ಗಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ it is called giving hatching or warmth. It sits, mother bird will sit on the egg. It will not move an inch also. After 15 days giving warmth, no, one day baby bird will come out of the egg. The shell or egg shell will break and the young baby bird will come out. So it thought that if it sits on the blood-stained feather and hatch, maybe the male saurus crane's life can be brought back. Thinking that it sat there to hatch. It went with grief that inscribed its intensity in dots and pits. So the female saurus crane circled the sky with desperate movement, and then dots and pits means long and short cry or sound made by birds. Long and short cry or sound made by birds. It started to cry. Like the Morse code of bird sorrow transmitted to the air, how it cried, how did the female bird express its grief? It cried loudly, short and long cry or sound. Dots and pits means short and long cry of the bird or sound of the bird is called. This short and long sound or cry of the bird is compared to Morse code here. Morse code. What is the meaning of a Morse code? Morse code is a symbolic language which was invented by a man called Morse those days to send messages. How? Through long and short sounds and then flashlights. Through flashlights and long and short sounds, Morse was sending symbolic language, message it seems to others. So, the dots and pits, the short and long sound cry of birds is compared to Morse code in this poem. With her beak, she kissed a few feathers. So, she went near that blood-stained feathers, female Saurus crane. She kissed the feathers in her beak and then picked the ones that wind had not taken away and sat to hatch. Why she sat on the blood-stained feathers to hatch? Means to give the warmth so that the male Saurus crane's life, she may get it back. It may get back its life. Thinking that poor female Saurus crane sat on it to hatch into a toddling chick. Toddling chick, baby birds are called as chicks. So that how chicks will come out of the egg after the mother hatches, no? In the same way, it thought that male Saurus bird's life may come back. When she was trying to hatch, sitting on the male Saurus crane's blood-stained feathers, even female Saurus didn't know that. Suddenly, a big wave from the sea came. It carried away the female Saurus crane. Where it carried away? It carried away the female Saurus crane to its partner. So they were united in some other world, it seems. Both. So it says, a wave of the seas she had never seen came to her from far away and carried her to him. So the wave which came from the sea, it came and carried away the female Saurus crane to the different world. Where did the female Saurus crane go? They were united in some other world. It seems both male Saurus crane and the wave took the female Saurus crane to its partner. There they were united. She went away beyond Hume's words, beyond the legends and fables of human love. So the poet says that these two, male Saurus crane and female Saurus crane, how much female was in desperation. It was filled with agony. How much bad it felt when it lost its partner. Even in the next world, they lived together. This can be a legend. It became a legend. Legend means stories. So this male Saurus cranes and female Saurus cranes love for each other, it went far beyond humans' love is nothing in front of this bird's love, belongingness. That's what poet wants to say, that even in animals and birds, belongingness and then this love, feeling for one another is too much. They became a legend. Legend means it became a story. And then it's a fable also. It became a fable. What is fable? A story which conveys moral message is called as fable. So it went beyond the human love and legend and fable. And this is the explanation of these lines. There is question for you. One big paragraph question is there. They have asked in your textbook, it carries 3 to 4 marks, 8 to 10 sentences. Those 2 questions, definitely every time I have seen in all SSLC question papers, this question will be asked and you have to attempt because it carries 3 to 4 marks, children. And that is, how is the callousness of the bird killer brought out in the poem? How does the poet bring out the callousness of the bird killer? Callousness means cruelty of the bird killer hunter in the poem. Yes. What shows the cruelty of the bird hunter in this poem? He shot the male Saurus crane one day when it was trying to pull the reluctant sun from the horizon, he shot the male bird and the male bird fell down, and very mercilessly, without having any sympathy, cruelly, he was so unkind, the bird hunter, the bird killer, the hunter held the bird, dead male Saurus crane, with its jaws, and then he put like a dirty linen cloth in a washing bag and he carried away. He was very cruel. Callousness means cruelty of the bird hunter. And next one is, how does the poet bring out the agony and desperation of the female crane in the poem? The poet also has discussed about agony, desperation of female Saurus crane after losing her partner. What is the answer? The female bird was in agony. It did desperate attempts. It went to the scene where the male Saurus, her partner, was dead. She could not understand that why her partner was killed so mercilessly. Then she circled the sky. She sent out some short and long pitched sounds, started to cry in the sky. Then it came to the scene. Some blood-stained feathers. It kissed the blood-stained feathers and it sat on the feathers to hatch, thinking that its male partner's, male Saurus crane's life it may get back its life. So it sat on the blood-stained feathers to hatch. Okay. At last, the female Saurus crane was carried away by the sea wave, and then the waves carried her to some other world where male and the female Saurus crane, they were united, they lived together. This bird's agony or its story became a legend. It went far beyond humans' love also. Sometimes we human beings have hatred. We develop that we hate each other sometimes, we kill each other, we go to any extent. But more than humans' love, this bird's love became a legend. And children, today's poem I think you all have understood. I am sure you have understood. Now I will be giving assignments and notes. If it is necessary, I will give you. Write in your notebook all question answers and keep. It's not that spoon feeding I have to do, and every question answers, because 30 to 40 questions are there where I can give. You are not in the school also. On your own, you try to write answers and assignment questions. You submit. All instruction I will be giving in the group. Thank you children. Good day.